Hi, I'm Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 1, Section 1, number 49, which reads, which statement best describes the relationship between the passages? So we could go back to the passages and get a general idea of what the passages are about. First off, the title, the blurb before anything starts could be really important. Space mining, the next gold rush sounds very positive. And the second passage is taming the final frontier. So it makes space sound like it's wild. And in passage 1, we find is about pretty much the possibilities. And it's telling the reader what, in the first couple of paragraphs, what organizations are looking into space mining. And in the third paragraph, it gets more specific on that point. In the fourth paragraph, it starts talking about within a few decades, these firms may be meeting earthly demands for precious metals, and it gives you examples of all the precious metals and how we're going to develop an offshore economy. Paragraph after that, in the desert, what's worth more, a kilogram of gold or a kilogram of water? And so it sounds like your priorities in space are going to change. The possibilities that are open with space mining there. And then in this paragraph, it goes on to say some more precious metals that you're going to, or some more metals or materials that you're going to be able to mine from outer space. Passage 2, it starts with the shift from discovery to economics, and notice what it says here. Before the miners start firing up their rockets, we should pause for thought. So passage 2 guys is kind of like, hey, not so fast. And some things he talks about here are principles. Space's magnificent desolation is not ours to despoil. It's kind of an environmental concern, although that sounds funny applying that to space. And the paragraph after that just pretty much reiterates what was stated in the paragraph before. And we have this off-world economy now if we are going to be mining in space. And it talks about regulation, and without regulation, without consensus, without everyone agreeing, claims will be disputed, investments risky, gains made insecure. It's in all of our long-term interest to seek one out, to seek out an agreement on regulation. So what would best fit what we've just found? Answer choice A, passage 2 refutes a central claim advance in passage 1. Passage 1 you might be saying is saying that the space mining is a possibility. And passage 2 is not saying it can't be done. It says we should pause for thought, and it tells you about the environmental concerns and the regulation that you should consider. Answer choice B, passage 2 illustrates the phenomenon described in more general terms in passage 1. No, the phenomenon described in passage 1, you might say, is the mining of space. And like we said before, passage 2 is really just saying, expressing reservations or hesitation about that. Answer choice C, passage 2 argues against practicality of the proposals put forth in passage 1. And that's an attractive wrong answer. So practicality means like the doability of it. And passage 2 is not saying that it cannot be done. It's just saying we should pause for thought. You've got to consider the regulation and the environmental concerns. Answer choice D is your correct answer. Passage 2 expresses reservations, hesitation. Reservation here is not like at a restaurant reservation. Reservation is hesitation, pause for thought, which passage 2 is saying. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with paired passage questions, or you could leave their name in the comments. You could also leave in the comments any question that you'd like to see answered from any past SAT or PSAT or ACT. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day, everybody.